All right, hi, I'm Lilibet Kyte. I have MS, multiple sclerosis, and I've had it for 8 years now, and I'm going to answer some questions about MS for all of you. If your MS had a personality, what would it be? It would be like an annoying roommate that follows you from room to room when you're trying to get shit done. Does MS affect your romantic life, or is it more energy and mobility? I'm not entirely sure what they're asking here. Actually, I think I know what they're asking, and no, it does not affect my romantic life. What does MS feel like? It feels kind of like there's like a toddler on my left leg, and I'm like dragging it through the house. That, or it's also kind of stiff, so it also kind of feels like I'm wearing ski boots. Are there some things you don't like people assuming or saying to you? I think people just always assume that I feel good because I look well, and so I think that's a tricky thing with what we call these chronic invisible diseases, that there's no outward sign that anything's wrong, so everyone just assumes you're fine. What is the hottest thing a husband could say to a wife with MS? Like, do you want a foot rub? Would you like a foot massage? What else? Sweetie, I just went to the market and picked up dinner, and I'm gonna cook it for you. Just go sit on that couch and put your feet up and watch the new JFK Jr. show. Are there any things you avoid because of MS? Stairs, though I shouldn't, because my physical therapist would get mad at me for saying that, because stairs are hard for me, so I should take the stairs. Are there any hacks or products that make life easier with MS? Definitely. The amount of times that I fall over putting on my pants and getting dressed is comical. I think something that people don't realize is that when you put on pants, you have to stand on one leg at a time, which when you have balance issues is really hard. So now I sit down when I'm putting on my pants. What else? Ultra running shoes I'm obsessed with, because they're not like the weird ones where your toes are showing, but they let your toes spread out, which is really important for me with MS. It helps with my balance and helps with walking. I'm sure there's a million more. Do you like when people ask you how you are feeling, or is it annoying? I love when people ask how I am feeling. That question feels like a hug, and it is a distinctly different question than how are you? So yes, ask the people in your life that are living with chronic diseases, how are they feeling? It's not gonna make them sad, because here's the thing, we're living in every moment of every day. What's the most thoughtful thing someone has done for you since you've had MS? One night I had some friends over. My husband was out of town, and at the end of the night, my friend and her husband went around the house and turned off all the lights and blew out all the candles. And that sounds so silly and simple, but when you're really tired at the end of the night with MS, that would have been, really exhausting for me. So they left, and I got tears in my eyes, because I just thought how incredibly thoughtful of them to even think to do that. So that's something that I will always remember. What's the best advice you have gotten about MS? Recently, my neurologist said to me in an appointment, he just said, go enjoy your life. And that's, again, sounds kind of simple, but what he meant was just, yes, I have MS and there are limitations, but I also have a really wonderful and fulfilling and full life, so go enjoy it. What does your son think about MS, and how does he support you? My son is 10, and he knows that his mom has MS and has known since he was 6. And he kind of knows it in the sense of, my mom used to be this really fast runner, and now she can't run anymore, and that's kind of how he knew it between 6 and 10. And now he's a little more mature. He knows, like, sometimes my mom gets really tired. Sometimes my mom has like a hard time getting up the steps at the end of the night. Like, everything in our house is on one floor except for his room is upstairs. And it's really sweet. He'll like extend his hand and like help me up the stairs. What keeps you up at night? Self-flagellation, like going through all the things. Like, why did I skip PT to write today? Did I take all my supplements? Did I do enough stretching? Was that sourdough bread really gluten-free? What's the most ignorant or annoying things people say to you that you wish they knew better? Stop telling me that like your Aunt Linda died of MS. You would think this is a given, but it is downright shocking how often this happens. General rule, new rule, like if anyone tells you they have any disease, don't then tell them that you know someone who died of that disease.